Now at 5, 1 week after Hurricane Ian made landfall in South Florida, President Biden is touring damage with Governor DeSantis.
Today, we have one job, and only one job, and that's to make sure the people of Florida get everything that they need to thoroughly recover.
The president says he is there to assure Floridians that the federal government is behind them. Good evening. I'm Ava Van Valen.
And I'm Channing Frampton. There have been so many long-standing divisions between President Biden and Governor DeSantis. But our Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders explains they're working together to help the state bounce back.
The November election is only a few weeks away, but it might as well be years away for some of those here in Fort Myers Beach. They're not thinking about casting a ballot. Instead, they're thinking about survival. William Waters is trudging through what remains of his Fort Myers Beach home after Ian's storm surge trashed the place.
That's how high the water was, about 6 feet.
Almost everything here is soaked, broken, or missing.
I'm so sorry. It was a tough one to come back to, buddy.
He's now one of the many victims searching for help from state and federal authorities, which until recently were butting heads over immigration policy, race and gender education, or inflation. But President Joe Biden and Governor Ron DeSantis appeared to put aside their political rivalry Wednesday, shaking hands during Biden's visit to Lee County. The president also toured damaged coastal homes and businesses by air and later met with impacted Floridians before a brief press conference.
I'm sure it's much worse on the ground, but you can see a whole hell of a lot of the damage from the air.
Biden vowed to work with DeSantis, a potential 2024 challenger, and other state Republicans to keep federal aid flowing, saying recovery comes first.
Today, we have one job, and only one job, and that's to make sure the people of Florida get everything that they need to thoroughly recover. We're one of the few nations in the world that, on a basis of a crisis we face, we're the only nation that comes out of it better than we went into it.
The comments follow an expansion of Florida's disaster declaration greenlit by the president earlier in the day. Floridians getting another 30 days of federal funds for debris removal.
And it ain't smelling too good either, because I got a freezer full of meat.
Dollars Will may need to take advantage of, because to him it's not about who's in power, but who has the power to help.
We're on survival mode here. You know, we're not really getting political or anything like that. It's friends helping out friends right now, and, you know, as it should be.
Now, obviously, Hurricane Ian has impacted the ability for some people to cast a ballot in the upcoming November election. That's why Secretary of State Cord Byrd says he's been in contact with supervisors of elections from those impacted counties, trying to come up with contingency plans, potentially extending deadlines or doing more to help make sure that everyone who wants to vote will be able to come November. That's the latest out here in Fort Myers Beach. I'm Forrest Saunders reporting.